Good day and welcome to the Sport Rep Show. I'm your host, Limba Mupetami, unpacking the latest news in the world of sport. And now for your latest on the hit list. Namibian goalkeeper Lloyd Kasapoa is enjoying a fine run for his South African Premier League club, Chippa United. Kasapoa has featured in the club's last 3 matches, displaying fine and confident goalkeeping. Just yesterday, he secured his first clean sheet for United following the club's 0-0 draw against Marumo Gallants. Commerce Netball chairperson Dimitri Bittler says that the regional league teams will be given a rest for the long weekend in order to enjoy Independence Day with their families and loved ones. Bittler added that the teams will only resume action as from next week. He, however, urges players to continue training even if they are off in order to keep the consistency in their play going. Mboma and Beatrice Masilingi's coach Henk Botha is adamant that the Golden Girls can even perform better than they did yesterday at the Bloemfontein Continental Grand Prix after they finished first and second in the 100-meter discipline. Well, Mboma claimed a new 100-meter record, clocking 11.15 seconds, whereas Masilingi, on the other hand, managed 11.24 seconds as she blazed to second spot behind the Olympic silver medalist. Botha, however, felt that the girls would have done better had it not been for the cooler conditions in Bloemfontein. Check out the race which took place yesterday, and right after, let's head into a break and move over to the Zoom In segment. Stay tuned.
The finals, but Mboma, that is Beatrice Masilingi that you saw in shot number 157. Both of them training in Namibia and making the journey here to South Africa. It was really, really good to hear how Ezekiel Sapeng explained that the coach phoned him, and Ezekiel and Athletics South Africa came to the party, brought them in, put them up, and giving them an opportunity to run here. And South Africa, you get to see live an opportunity to see these two talented athletes, and a great start there by Beatrice Masilingi as she got away. But look at this, Mboma flying away as she always does. Masilingi coming in second, and that is wow.
Go far with Paratus. Go further with Paratus Fiber. Paratus, offering high-speed, reliable fiber connectivity, starting from only 599 Namibian dollars per month. Unlimit your lifestyle and visit na.paratus.africa for more information.
Always prepared. Paratus.
You know, whenever Mboma runs, I always want to sing Mboma, Mboma, Mboma. Anyway, welcome back. The weekend will see Namibia's top boxers trading leather in MTC Nesta Sunshine Promotions Boxing Bonanza at Helao Nafidi on Saturday. Sport Rep caught up with some of the boxers who will be in action, and this is what they had to say. So stay tuned for these interviews.
Okay, thank you, Nesta.
All right, thanks.
Oh, that's the wrong overlay. It's wrong.
Well, I'm sure you can't wait for Saturday. I can see it in your eyes. You are ready for this one, but we want to hear it from you. How have you been training for this one?
So, I've been training very well. So, my camp went well so far. I'm 100% fit, so I'm prepared very well and I'm ready to go champ. So, I just invite the Namibian people, boxing lovers, to come out in numbers. So, it's going to be amazing. Okay. So, I can't wait for Saturday.
So it's Helao Nafidi. Do you predict a win, or do you think you are going to win this one?
Of course, I'm prepared for a win. I'm prepared for a win.
Okay.
And if anything happens, so any mistake he did to me, he will pay for it. He will pay for it. I'm ready to take him out.
Thank you so much, Chef.
Thank you. One man show.
Yeah, hello Namibia, this is I'm a professional boxer. As you know, there is Boxing Bonanza Independence celebration. We are celebrating 32 of independence in Namibia, and we are bringing excitement to the nation. As usual, boxing is always in Windhoek, but now we bring Windhoek to the north, to the roots. Most of the boxers are from the north, and we are bringing excitement. Thank you to MTC and MTC Nesta Shansha.
So how ready are you,
I'm ready. The training has been good. Everything has been prepared well. I'm fit. I'm ready. I'm in the weight already. So I'm just waiting to get in there, and then it's actually my first title fight. I'll be fighting for my first title fight, and I'm sure I'll bring it here to the gym. I have a great team behind me, world-class trainers and world-class promoters.
So it's Shire.
It's Shire, man. I'm ready. So let me say, just tune in on NBC One and MTC Namibia on Facebook and NBC Sport Desk. Thank you.
Sure. Sam Matthews?
Yes, Sam Matthews.
It is going to be a very important weekend for you. That's in Helao Nafidi. You will be in action. I saw you in the gym looking good, in shape. Or are the looks deceiving me at this moment?
Everything's okay. This fight, I'm ready for it. Just want to show people that, hey, I came from where? Yeah, I'm from Donga, man. I just want to show those that side of Wanyama that, yeah, man, I came from Donga side, Oshkoto region, and I want to show them that side of Mboma region that, yeah, I'm ready for the fight, and I want to surprise people that, yeah, I win the fight.
Alright, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Mungajera, how ready are you, my friend?
Man, as you see me here, man, I'm ready. I'm a lion, and I'm ready to eat any animals in the forest.
So what can you tell the people there in Helao Nafidi in your language that what do they expect?
So they know me as a lion. All people there, that region, they know me. That if you say lion is coming to fight, they are coming in a number because they know me, how I fight, and they must come and support me. So they are my people, and I like them.
Okay, thank you so much, Shem.
Sure.
It's Helao Nafidi where you are going, and it is going to be a very, very important fight for you. I'm sure of that, because I think the last time that you fought, that was in Walvis Bay. It was a bit disappointing for you. So tell us, how ready are you for this one?
I'm ready for this fight. I'm ready to regain, to go back to the winning ways that happened previously. It's now part of the past. I'm ready to move on, and I'm ready.
I can see the body looks even okay. Have you been doing a few more trainings than you were doing before, or why do you look a bit, I can see that you look a bit more than ready?
Yeah, I've been training a lot of gyms, fitness gyms, yeah. So I'm now fit, I'm ready to fight.
Okay.
Ready to win.
One of the things that I saw was that your confidence was hurt a bit in the last fight. So what are you going to do to get that confidence back? Is it to go into that ring and be a beast, or are you going to be in your shell again?
Actually, I even already regained my confidence. Boxing sometimes it's, what happened previously, it's part of boxing, and it's always like that. Everyone has his own day. It was not my night, but this time I'm ready to win.
Thank you. Joseph, I saw you there inside looking quite confident but sweating. Who is going to sweat at the weekend? Are you ready to claim glory there?
Yes, I'm ready for everything.
So how have you been training? Have you been preparing very hard?
Yes, I prepare very hard and well. So coming so that I'm even more than ready.
Do you know your opponent?
Yes.
Have you seen him fight?
No, he never fight before. He's training pro debut.
So are you going to give him a baptism of fire?
Yes.
All right, thank you so much.
A birthday to him.
Okay, sharp. So Nesta Thomas, I can see you are very hard at work in the gym there. It seems like it is going to be a very fun weekend for you.
Yeah.
So how ready are you for the fight in Helao Nafidi?
For the fight, I've been training hard. I fought the opponent once already, so it's not gonna be hard. It's gonna be an easy work for me. It's not gonna take me long because I know I'm gonna take him out very early.
You are going to take him out?
Yeah.
So when the last time you fought him, was he not that difficult? Why do you say you are going to take him out?
I've done it before, so I know it's not gonna last for long.
Okay. The fight is in Helao Nafidi. I'm sure it's not so far away from home. Yeah. So what are you going to promise the fans there?
The promise I'm gonna give to them is they must come in numbers. I'm not gonna disappoint them, and they must come support my local fellow boxers as well.
Since it's Independence, is there any heroes that you dedicate this one to?
This one is dedicated to all the heroes that fought for this country, and I salute them all.
Okay, thank you, Nesta.
All right, thanks.
It's definitely going to be explosive boxing at Helao Nafidi over the weekend. Now with that, let's go for a short ad break, and then once we get back, we head over to the Spotify segment.
Go far with Paratus. Go further with Paratus Fiber. Paratus offering high-speed, reliable fiber connectivity, starting from only 599 Namibian dollars per month. Unlimit your lifestyle and visit na.paratus.africa for more information.
Always prepared. Paratus.
On Tuesday, the Namibia Football Association launched the NFA Balls and Boots initiative, which strives to stimulate interest amongst children from the ages of 6 to 15 years at grassroots level. The initiative urges the public to buy and donate a soccer ball, a pair of soccer shoes, or both, and send it or deliver donations to the NFA Football House. We got a few words from Cassis Mweti from the NFA, and this is what he had to say.
Those who love the game of football, especially those who are calling the NFA officers on a daily basis and saying that football must start. They are the ones who must really show and demonstrate they are passionate about football as they claim. So our request to you is buy a ball and buy a pair of boots and donate it to the NFA, and the NFA will make sure that all the children, those who play football and who are passionate about the game of football at school level, will receive a pair of boots and a ball. That will only depend from the contributions we raise nationwide, and we are asking Namibians, individuals, wealthy Namibians, those who can afford more than one ball or more than one pair of boots or both, and even corporates, business people in the regions, everywhere in the country, to buy this, donate this to the NFA. If you are in the regions out there, take it to the NBC officers or deliver it at the regional governors' offices, but make sure that you take a picture of your donation with the person who received your donation and WhatsApp those pictures to the NFA. We will make the numbers available in the media so that we can upload these pictures on our Facebook page. The initiative and the purpose of it is 70% of all the balls and all the boots contributed will be committed to girls between the ages 6 to 15 years. And this is really an initiative of the NFA to make sure that we increase the interest of football at girls level already at that age, so that as they mature and grow, they will mature into the brave gladiators, and once they become very, very good players, having started at age of 6, they will be so good that we can export them to big markets and to big leagues. And it is the only way that the brave warriors and the brave gladiators will perform better at international level, with more capacity, with more players playing outside the country and the experience that they gain. So we are not there yet. Now we are now back to the drawing board, where we really go back to our children at the ages of 6. We want them to play football in boots, on gravel. Right now they play bare feet and they hurt their toes, and maybe they lost interest in football, and we don't want them to stop. So as a Namibian, and if you love the game of football, that's going to be your contribution. Buy a ball, buy a pair of boots, and bring it to us. We will make sure that this donation reach our children, so that we can really put our money where our mouths are, and that we don't just make demands of football must start, but what's your contribution to ensure that football must continue. This is what we are going back to and ask you to do. So the campaign is over a period of 4 months. You don't have an excuse. Month end, if you don't have money, to say I did not have money. Next month you can buy a donation, or in May or end of June. So there's sufficient time for all of us to make this noble contribution. We are also asking clubs, Premier League clubs, Namibia Premier Football League clubs, all the clubs in the first divisions, all the clubs in the second divisions, to also buy balls and donate it to this noble contribution, so that football becomes a collective responsibility and not just left alone for NFA to sort out. It is our game and we all claim we love it. Let's build it already. Thank you very much for your support.
Now, if you're watching this show, please donate a couple of soccer boots and balls to the NFA so that the kids can play football. Now, 4 under-14 Namibian tennis players who qualified for the main draw of the ITF CAT African Juniors Championship traveled to Egypt on Tuesday. Ruben Yessel and Lian Kuhn will compete in the boys section, whereas in the girls category, Namibia will be represented by Joanivia Besadenhout and Carla Teblanche. The players hope to make the nation proud and use this opportunity to learn and grow in the sport. With that, we end Spotify and cross over to international news with Arrie Hougaard.
Good day everyone, it's time for international sport, and we start off with cricket news. It is the World Cup for women, the 50 over World Cup that's being played in New Zealand, and it's the host New Zealand that played against South Africa, but it was South Africa that came out winners in that game, a tight game that went into the last over. It was South Africa that won that game by 2 wickets, a brilliant result for South Africa. South Africa have now played 4 and won 4, same as Australia, the only 2 unbeaten teams with 4 wins from 4 games. What happened in the game was that it was New Zealand that batted first. They made 228 all out in the second last over, and then South Africa made the runs in the last over with 3 balls to spare, 229 for the loss of 8 wickets, with Laura Wolfhard making 67. Again, she's made some runs, and then the all-rounder Marizanne Kapp, she took 2 wickets and also scored very important 34 runs in the run chase. South Africa's next game will be on Monday when they play against Australia. Big game on this weekend. It is New Zealand that will play England, and both the teams have lost quite a few games. There's a good chance that the team that will lose on Saturday will not qualify for the semi-finals. On to some football news or soccer news. Big result for Liverpool. That is in the English Premier League midweek game. They played away to Arsenal. It was a cold and wet and rainy evening, and Liverpool came out winners by 2-0. That means they're just 1 point behind Manchester City, the lot leaders at the moment in the English Premier League. Both have played 29 games. It is Manchester City with 70 points and Liverpool 69. Arsenal still in fourth position despite the loss. They're in fourth position with 51 points from 27 games, and Manchester United in fifth position, 50 points from 29 games. And some more soccer news is Champions League results, and it is Villarreal that's through to the semi-final of the Champions League. They beat Juventus by 3-0 and advanced 4-1 on aggregate. And also a big result for Chelsea. Chelsea beat Lille, the French club, by 2-1, advancing by 4-1 on aggregate through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. And now on to some tennis news. It is tennis from the Indian Wells tournament that's being played in California. Strong field that's playing in the men's and the women's section. Firstly, the men. It is Cameron Norrie, the defending champion from the United Kingdom. He's through to the semi-finals, and he beat Jensen Brusby of the USA in 2 sets. Also through is the highly rated 18-year-old from Spain, and his name is Carlos Alcaraz, and he came through in the game against Gael Monfils, and he beat him by 7-5 and 6-1. Earlier also, Rafael Nadal is still on winning ways. He beat Riley Opelka of the USA. Tight game. It was 2 tiebreaks. Rafael Nadal winning that 7-6 and 7-6. In the women's section, it is third seed Iga Swiatek from she is from Poland. That is through to the next round, also to the quarterfinals, and she beat Madison Keys by 6-1 and 6-love. Big score against Madison Keys there. And then also it was Simone Halep. She beat Petra Matrik of Croatia, and it was also an easy victory for her. It was 6-1, 6-1. And to conclude today's sports news, some golf news. It is a Greg Norman with a partnership with a Saudi-backed, Saudi Arabian-backed golf series that made an announcement of 8 tournaments that will take place in 3 continents. That will be in Asia, also in Europe, and also in the United States of America. Lots of prize money at stake. The first tournament will be in England. That will be in June, just 1 week before the US Open. And that prize money for that tournament, the total prize money will be $25 million. That is $5 million more than the prize money was this past weekend in the Players' Championship, which was the richest tournament on the PGA Tour. There will also be a team component in those 8 tournaments, and 48 players will be invited to play. At the moment, it's quite controversial, and some of the PGA high-profile players like Dustin Johnson and Bryson DeChambeau have indicated that they will not play in the Saudi-backed Greg Norman tournaments. So that's the international sport at the moment. Hope you have a great day, and we have international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
Well, that wraps up today's sports show. Thank you so much, Arrie. That is all we had for today. Catch us again tomorrow as we unfold what you can expect over the weekend. Well, of course, if you're watching, always let us know where you're watching from, and send us those links as to what is happening in your towns and in your regions, and let's cover that on the show. And well, that's it. See you again tomorrow.